Hey YouTube, finally got tagged in this video. I've been looking forward to it. This is a tag video that Mr. Sam Broom started back about a week or so ago. The best fragrance to represent your city. Stay tuned.
I look like a duct tape bandit, baby. Tape bandit, baby. Tape bandit, baby. Tape bandit. Do the math, do the homework, man. You know this is not me. Duct tape? I'm not no duct tape bandit. You hear me? I'm not no duct tape bandit. I'm not no duct tape bandit. You hear me? I'm not no duct tape bandit. Now look, live one-on-one, Ashton and Tucky. You know this is not me. Now look, I look like a duct tape bandit, baby.
All right, guys. Civilized Redneck Rick here. We said in the intro, the one fragrance that best represents your city. Real quick shout out to Mr. Chris up at Motivated Living, tagging me in this. I appreciate it. I've really been looking forward to this one. Also, I know he's taking this month breast cancer awareness. It's also Alzheimer's awareness. My mom has Alzheimer's, but he actually shaved his head. Dude, I'm there with you. Going to support some cancer, no problem. If that's the least they can do, no problem. The only thing is, go Cats. That being said, I'll get right in and make this short and sweet. I'm from Ashland, Kentucky. I was born in a little town called Olivehill, about population 2,000. Population in Ashland is about, I think it's around 20,000. That's in city limits. If you get outside of city limits, just, the suburbs, if you want to call it suburbs in the middle of nowhere, but it goes to about 40,000. It is the largest city, and I'm going to try to put some pictures, so you'll probably just hear me talk during all this, show some pictures of my town and stuff. But back to it, I'll try not to say a lot in this video. But it is the largest city in eastern Kentucky. It lies in the Appalachian Mountains, and we're right on the Ohio River. Should see it right there. Other side of the river over there, you've got Ohio. And then maybe 5 minutes down the road, you've got West Virginia. So we're literally right in the tri-state area of Kentucky, Ohio, and West Virginia. And then on down there, you can see what we've got. As far as the area, like I said, it is kind of, even though it's the largest town in eastern Kentucky, it's still small. I lived in Phoenix, Arizona for a while, and that was a culture shock to me. But back to it, Ashland back in its day was a big event, honestly. It was the place to be in this area. All the jobs were here. We still have Ashland Oil. It's a refinery. It is now Marathon, but the largest producer of Valvoline. If you have Valvoline motor oil or anything like that, that's where it comes from. 9 chances out of 10 is right here in my little hometown. That's Marathon Refinery. Still employs a lot of people, but other than that, a lot of the big companies that were here shut down, and everybody's gone. We had at one point, it was AK Steel, known here locally as Armco. That was founded all the way back in 1920. At its peak, it employed more than 7,500 people. During World War II, it actually produced more than 1,000 tons of steel per day. And of course that helped, the country get back to, out of the Depression. Those times, Depression, World War II, so the early 40s into 45, 46, it was a big deal around here. Recently closed, and as of, I'm thinking January of 2020, completely shut down. All those jobs are gone. A lot of those people transferred to other parts of the country to work in the Armco or the AK Steel refineries. Also a big deal here was the CSX railroads operations. Had one of the largest switch yards in the world. Same thing, recently cut jobs, people transferred all over the place. Basically, what it comes down to is there's no jobs here. It's this part of Appalachia, also, that's Kentucky in general. There's no jobs. It's very poor here, very poor country. We have our problem with drugs, heroin in particular, and pain pills. It's also called hillbilly heroin, pain pills. And it's everywhere. I mean, it is everywhere. But that being said, it's still a nice place to raise a family if you get outside of all the drug stuff. But that's Ashland, Kentucky, so hopefully I'm back by now. So the fragrance that best represents everything I just went through, Ashland was a powerhouse in its day. heyday, place to be. It's kind of, since then, it's still okay. It's a nice place to be, but nowhere near it was in its heyday. The only thing that I could think of that came close to it, Drakkar Noir. Back in the 80s, this was the powerhouse. 1992, this was the best-selling fragrance over $20 in the world. Hard to believe now because everybody looks back on it and sees how dated it is and stuff. So this perfectly represents my town. I would also, Trey Sense did something really cool on this tag that I want to do also. I live in Kentucky. Back to Ashland, I'll see if I can throw this in there. We do have some famous people in Kentucky. We have probably the most famous person out of Ashland. You guys may have heard of him, the Duct Tape Bandit. I'm going to put his picture up here. This dude was, I don't know what he was thinking. I'll see if I can't figure out how to throw the storyline in here and the news story. Hopefully you guys stay, because this was awesome. But check it out.
Couldn't believe what he saw.
I mean, he probably had every opportunity to put a brown paper poke over his head and poke holes in it, or a plastic bag, but duct tape. I mean, it's just unbelievable. People don't think this really happened.
But it did, and it gets even more unbelievable. During a jailhouse interview, the suspect said police have the wrong guy.
They call you the Duct Tape Bandit. That's not you?
Look at me. Do I look like a duct tape bandit, baby? I'm not no duct tape bandit, you hear me? Live one-on-one, Ashland, Kentucky. You know this is not me. Now look, do the math, do the homework, man.
He's entertaining. Police say the suspect was somewhat lucky. Apparently, the bandit was sweating so much the duct tape didn't quite stick, but of course he's not all that lucky. Police say they have enough evidence to make the charges stick.
Back to Kentucky. Hopefully I got that video in there and y'all just watched that, the Duct Tape Bandit. But back to Kentucky, there's not a lot here. It's a large state. 7 states border us. I mean, that's a lot of area there. But there's not a lot here. We have no pro teams, no professional basketball, baseball, football, nothing here. We have 2 major universities, the University of Kentucky representing, and those guys over in Louisville, that's probably B class. I wouldn't even know if I consider them anything special. Anyway, in Kentucky, you've got 2 types of fans. You've got UK fans, and then just in Louisville, you've got Louisville fans. The rest of the state bleeds blue. Very proud of our Kentuckians. Famous people from here, you've got Abraham Lincoln was born here. You've got Pat Riley, Muhammad Ali, greatest of all time, Johnny Depp, Jennifer Lawrence. There's some famous people from here, and the Duct Tape Bandit. But other than that, so the fragrance that best represents Kentucky, and of course I didn't bring it in, Blue Day Chanel. Go Big Blue. Blue Day Chanel. Best of the best as far as basketball's most wins ever. As far as wins in college basketball. And then UCLA's the only team that has more championships than us. We're rocking at 8, should have about 10. But that's all I've got. Guys, have a good one. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you next time.